welcome to a more relaxed and evening episode of Homebrew Wild and Cheap. So I've been sitting down and I kind of started drinking some more of that caramel mead. So before I drink it all, because I have very little left now, I thought I'd better do a part two. So about a month ago I started doing a burnt mead where I bought 3 of these really cheap set honey, you know, Highland Gate Fair or Highgate Fair, whatever. No, Highgate Fair, yeah. These little cheap jars of honey, $1.25 a pot. So they're not really expensive, and I made 2 types of mead. I made a sweet mead, which is still aging. I tried a little bit, and it's, you know, it's a sweet mead. It's what you would expect. I also made a caramel / burnt mead. Now, instead of doing the usual, which would be to chuck all the honey in and burn it, what I did is I only did 1 jar. So 1/3 of it was burnt / caramelized, and then the other 2 was just the plain honey I put in. And the results were, funny enough, 6 bottles of alcohol. So I did a couple bottles in the big one, which this is the last one left, and this was the last one I actually poured out of the demijohn, mainly because it's very slightly cloudy because I've mixed it up. So it's got a very slight amount of yeast in it, but I don't mind. I mean, it's just going to be put out the way / drank really quickly. And then I made these ones, which are crystal clear, as I can see through, and these are the little bottles. The idea was that I could do tasting on these because these are perfectly 1 full glass, 250ml bottles, and yeah, I've destroyed quite a few of these already. So these are just the empties that I started drinking. I tried one in the fridge. Don't put it in the fridge. It doesn't, it hides all the flavors when you cool it down in the fridge. Just what I found out. So 1 bottle was in the fridge, the other one just on the side. This is the one that's on the side, and it is much better than the one that I chilled. So anyway, on with the actual review of this. So it's only been 1 month, which is fairly quick for most alcohols, and it's good to drink. I mean, if you were going to make a mead using cheap honey, you get either it tasting okay. I mean, it's just okay. This is really good, really good. So, shh. It smells divine. I mean, it's alcoholic, obviously, and the first taste is you get alcohol, and then it tastes sweet, but it really isn't sweet. It is a pleasure to drink this. Even though it is, for me, quite young. I really like aging things for a long time, because you get the best flavour from it. So, when you first sip it, you've got a hint of bitterness, which is fine, because we burnt the mead, so that's understandable. And then, oh, it just tastes so good. Then you've got caramel, which is in the background, vanilla, honey. I mean, it's all in there in one thing, and all you had to do was burn some stuff. I mean, come on, if you're a guy and you're making alcohol, I mean, this should be easy. Burning food is what we do best. I know a few people that can burn baked beans, so I think burning some honey and then adding another 2 jars in and filling it up to a gallon, I think we can do that. So the yeast nutrient obviously played a big role in this, because the only difference between the sweet mead and the burnt mead, apart from one being burnt, is I added in yeast nutrient into this, whereas the sweet mead, I just left it to do its thing. It took a bit longer, but it ended up quite sweet, so it's almost like a Victorian mead, that one. Yeah, makes me want to drink that one too, but this one is much better. I will concede, sweet mead isn't my thing, so my other half tried it and she said it was quite nice, but she doesn't want to be on camera. Oh well. Oh, pleasure drinking this. So much so that I'm going to have to do a 5-gallon batch, which, don't worry, I won't put you through. But I'll be using the same method, funny enough, of caramelizing 1 jar to a, funny enough, dark caramel colour, just if you haven't watched part 1, and then adding in the honey and topping it up. So this is amazing for what it is. So, I mean, this honey, so cheap. And you get something that's fairly good. I mean, when you're making homebrew, you don't really want to spend a lot of money buying ingredients. I mean, if you can get it for free or really cheap, why not? But they say the better the honey you buy, the better your mead is going to taste. So, unless you've got a load of beehives, you're going to have to buy it. And the best that you can buy is like the Mancuna honey, supposedly. It's £12 a pot. I don't know about you, but if I was making alcohol, I would have to spend, what, 12, 24, 36 pound on honey, I would be a bit worried. I mean, especially about burning it and about fermenting it. I mean, what if it goes off? You've just wasted nearly 40 quid. That's 40 quid you could have gone down the pub with. But this is awesome. I have to make more of this, a lot more, to keep up with my loving and drinking of it. So, if I'm going to say which mead to make, I would say make this one. I'm going to do, I think, for fairness, I'm going to do a full burnt mead because it may be good, but I think this is the balance for me. It's perfectly dry, it's very complex, it has many different flavours in it, and it's, well, it's 11%, so it's good. It's like a wine, honey wine, burnt honey wine. So I'm going to get back to destroying this because they're sitting right here looking at me, so it would be wrong not to drink it. It'd be a crime. So enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and hope you like the vid. That's just so good.